Hello, everyone. Thank you once again for being with me. Today, I will talk a little bit about Mr. Filep Karma. As you can see, is photo on the screen next to me. The late Filep Karma was one of the former political prisoner. He was once sentenced to prison for over 15 years, where he served just for simply raising all the US Papuan flags. So it was judged for treason. So on the 1st of November, we received the sad news about the passing of one of our great leaders in West Papua, the late Filep Karma. So up till now, we still don't believe in the we still don't accept the reason that he drowned in the sea, because there was no evidence that to prove that he was actually drowned in the sea. All we know is that his body was found along the beach in Jayapura, and then it was taken to the military hospital the military hospital called Bayankara. So the question that we all are asking is that why was the body of a West Papuan political leader taken to a military hospital? Because if you look at the location where the body was found or discovered, that's in Bestri in Jayapura. So the next nearest hospital, or the hospital that is closer to where the body was found, would be Dokdua, which is the main public hospital in Jayapura. In this case, his body was taken and driven all the way to a military hospital, which is further away from the main hospital in Jayapura. So why was the body taken to Bayankara Military Hospital? That's the question. And we have seen that the family were not. The body was taken over to the military hospital without the consent of the family. And also, we've also found out that the family were also asked to immediately make a public statement regarding his death, when there wasn't any like a public, or sorry, a independent investigation into how he died. So it's really sad that the family, when they did, you know, they were, you know, not in that mood where they were very stressful, depressed, and saddened over the death of their father. They were put under that pressure to make a public statement, which shows that um, they were not the military officials or the people over there in the local hospital shows no respect towards the family. So when the family were actually in the state of confusion and disbelief, they were told to make this public statement saying that he there was no proof or evidence to prove or to show that he was murdered. So that's not right, because um, you cannot just quickly come to a solution and saying that, oh, he drowned at sea, when there was no evidence to prove that he drowned in the sea. Nobody saw it. So how can you say that he drowned in the sea? So, and up until today, we all know with the current situation in West Papua, um, all the West Papuan independence leader activists have been targeted by the Indonesian military and the agents in West Papua. So the killing of the mysterious death of Filep Karma is not a surprise to the people of West Papua. We've known about similar case that happened in the past, For example, one of the independence leader, Thais Eloué, was murdered in the same situation where he was he was kidnapped and then killed, and in his car was thrown over the cliff. And also, you've got another leader like Makota Buni was also shot in the broad daylight, and also other Papuans, in the similar situation where they were shot dead, or some of them were kidnapped and put inside the bag and thrown overboard into the sea. So Kopassus have been involved in many criminal acts in West Papua involving kidnapping and killing of West Papuan activists and ladies. So we strongly believe that Indonesian government, this is a state-sponsored matter of a West Papuan independence leader. So we cannot rule out the possibility that he was murdered by the Indonesian state because there is no evidence to prove that he drowned. No one actually saw it. So why was the body taken to a military hospital when there was the nearest public hospital in Jayapura, Dr. General Hospital, which is the main public hospital, where they could have taken the body of the West Papua independence leader there. But his body was actually rushed and driven all the way to Bayankara Military Hospital. Why would a West Papua independence leader the body taken over there? And we should question that because we know for the fact that once it's taken to a military hospital, they would try to cover up a lot of evidence. They would try to conceal a lot of evidence, and it's really sad that the family were forced to receive the report from the hospital saying that he died. There was no evidence to prove that he was murdered, and they just said that he died because he drowned at sea. Well, there is no evidence. No one saw that he drowned at sea. So there should be an independent investigation to really prove what happened to him, how he died. So um, eventually, towards the end, we saw from the video before they buried him, the family were able to release the body to the people of West Papua, and they've come to terms and have agreed that if the people of West Papua wants to really investigate this matter, then it's up to them now. So hopefully there would be an independent investigation into how he died. So there's some people now that actually who were there prior to his killing that have come out and spoke a little bit about him, the hours before you know he died. So it's good that we have some information now. So as you all know, again, I would stress this very clear. Indonesian government is in the state where they are targeting all the West Papuan independence leader, activists, women leader, church leaders as well, and even civilians as well. Today we saw, a photo of a little child being shot again in Intanjaya, and also a couple of months ago, we read about the four Papuans whose body were mutilated and then thrown into the local river in Timika region of West Papua. So all these killings haven't been really investigated by the Indonesian government, and that is why we, the people of West Papua, would like to appeal to United Nations to make that agent visits to West Papua so that they can really investigate all these deaths that are happening right now under the watch and presidentship of Jokowi Widodo. Because since Jokowi came into power in 2014, he made this promise that he would open the access for media and foreign media and journalists to go to West Papua. But I think that's all lies, and he never you know kept his word. So West Papua has been cut off from the rest of the world. So the world doesn't really know about what's really happening over there. So we are depending on social media like Facebook and Twitter to to inform the world about what's really happening over there. So um, yes, so we are really concerned with these deaths that are happening right now. It's escalating, and also with the increased presence of the Indonesian military in the region, it's causing a lot of concern for the people, especially the civilians in West Papua. And as you can see now, like the military are killing innocent people, they're shooting like the recent report like we've seen now in Sugapa in Intanjaya, where a little child, a 6-year-old child, has been shot dead. It's been shot, sorry, not dead, but he's been shot, and he's been referred to, he's been taken to a local hospital up in Intanjaya. So that shows how the level of violence has escalated in West Papua. So we want United Nations officials to make an agent visit to West Papua as soon as possible. So we want the death of our leader, the late Filep Karma, to be investigated properly, because we believe that he was this is a matter, a state-sponsored matter by the Indonesian state. So he was actually on the radar by Indonesian government to be executed, but somehow they couldn't find the time to get him. So that particular day, on the 1st of November, was the day where they succeeded into killing him. So um, we would like to appeal to all the world leaders, and especially United Nations, to make an agent visit to West Papua, because the violence in West Papua will not stop until United Nations is involved in it, because the issue of West Papua was again, was not taken seriously in the very beginning, because it was between the Americans and the Dutch and the Indonesians, and they sort of they messed it up in the early years. So they need to come back and fix the mistake that they created, because West Papua was actually on the path towards full independence, and somehow it was kind of like being recolonized again. So, and they came up with this New York Agreement again to transfer the administration of West Papua to Indonesia. So it's all because of the foreign interest in West Papua. So UN actually failed to protect West Papua, and they have a duty and moral obligation to come back now and to save the people of West Papua. So we want United Nations to make that visit to West Papua as soon as possible, so that the death of Mr. Filep Karma, our leader, can be also be investigated, and also including past, massacres that happened in West Papua, where up until now, these massacres and human rights violations that have occurred haven't been resolved by the Indonesian state, because I feel Indonesian state does not have the solution, and we would appeal to United Nations to come in immediately and investigate all these deaths that are currently happening in West Papua. So once again, thank you for watching my video. And before I end this video, I would like, personally, on behalf of my family, we would like to offer our condolence, our thoughts and prayers to the family of the late Filep Karma, to his two daughters and his wife, and the dear mother, which we saw in the video, where he made some statement which is so sad, when he said that you should be the one that should bury me, and now I'm still alive and you're gone, and now I have to bury you. So that's a very sad statement coming out from the dear mother of the late Filep Karma. So we would like to offer prayers and condolence to the family of the late Filep Karma, and we will keep you all in our prayers. Thank you all for watching my video, and I'll talk to you all soon. Take care and God bless.